Hola, 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 hola. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm not gonna say the last one because I know, that that could be a copyright infringement, especially if y'all recognize it. If you don't recognize it, then it's no problem. But um, I don't have no little fancy smancy. I'm gonna get one though. I'm gonna get one. I'm working on an intro. I Y'all see the thumbnail, the new thumbnail? The thumbnail was created by my bestie. Um, she took one of my pictures from I want to say I can't remember. I knew it was earlier this year or late last year. I remember taking a picture. So she sends me the thumbnail and I'm like, oh, that's cute. This AI is getting real. That look just like me. This AI is getting real. And she said, it is you. I used your picture. I'm like, oh, I gotta get stop posting so much. What's up, everybody? It's creeping up, it's getting kind of hot today. So it's been about 107 for a few days now. My poor son, you guys know my son, he an officer. They have an accident in parking lot of the casino that he works at. And so he had to spend the hottest portion of the day out there, collecting statements, trying to get the scene cleared up. Um, he came in, he not he not looking well and things like that. I told him I think he got to be careful, but no matter how young you are, you can still suffer from things like heat stroke and things. And so he went in, he took a shower, he come back out. He like he was going to a prom. I mean, he came out and he's glistening, but he not feeling well. Like he looking, I don't know, like woozy and things like that. So I'm gonna check on him, once the show is over and things like that. But no matter where you are, you definitely want to be careful of the weather and things. It's that time of the year. It's hot. So with that said, y'all know what my weather is like. What's your weather like in your neck of the woods? Let me see. And while y'all doing that, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say hola, hola, hola to everybody. In case y'all wondering where that come from, especially like newer people to the channel, I live in the Mojave Desert. We are probably on a short run, 3.5 hours, maybe 4, to the Mexican border. And so, because we are so close, we have a lot of authentic cultural places. And obviously, it's close enough where, a lot of people have moved over, when they were, crossing the border and things. So they live here, and they bring that culture. And who doesn't like Mexican food? Yummy, yummy, yummy. So when I first moved here from the East Coast, certain things that I remember hearing all the time was hola, hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Y conmigo? And so, um, it stuck, especially the hola, it's very difficult, even little kids and things like that, to not hear them, when they walk into an establishment or something like that, to naturally say hola. I mean, we say hi, I say hi when I'm in your neck of the woods, but we say hola a lot. So let's see. I'm gonna get into Mud Nuts. Mud Nuts says she here watching and resting. It was a rough day. It's 74 with a chance of thunderstorm where she's at, Maryland. I'm be telling y'all right now. Um, Thunderstorms, they was frightening to me. I hate thunderstorms. As a kid growing up, and then on East Coast they had that crackle where, oh my goodness, where they got to put them in every scary movie and every thriller and every, what they call it, psych drama, that crackle and things like that. It really does thunderstorm like that in places where there's thunderstorms. Obviously, we don't have them out here. So it's been a long time. But I don't know if I would be able to handle it. um whew, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. Love the new thumbnail. Thank you. Isn't it cute? I was like, that looks just like me. How you do that? AI is so smart. I'm over here patting AI on the back. And she said, that's your actual picture. I took your picture, put it in, and it put like all the rest. I'm gonna show y'all the full thumbnail because it's not the full thumbnail. I'm not sure what occurred, but I'm showing y'all the full thumbnail. It wasn't a lot missing, but I wanted all of it in there. How am I feeling today? Kayleen, just the heat is really, I was a little bit bothered earlier. I had to go out. Y'all know I'm getting y'all packages out. I swear, you know. So I had contests plus sales plus sponsorships. And all of them, now when I didn't make the deadline to get everything to Lizzie, because I had the power outage before I went to, that pushed a lot of stuff back. Oh, did that push a lot of stuff back? Then remember laptop fiasco and things like that. Didn't notice that till I came back. Sales have to come first though. So I was, got all of those out. Now you guys probably are starting to receive or will if you're a winner. Winners are next. And then obviously the sponsorships, anything I sponsor, those are probably, if not, because I still got a few sales to get out, but those were, incoming as I was going through everything. I'm trying. It's just me though here in the lily pad. But I just wanted to make sure I went over that with everybody. Um, so I'm out today and it's hot. It's just really hot. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you know. Now, last year while I was driving for Uber and Lyft, I was home by 8, at least 8 a.m. because I like to work 3 to 6, 3 to 7. Depends on how busy it is. I do the early morning airport drop-offs, you know. So if you here in Vegas for a conference or vacation, your flight probably leaving out at 5, 6. You got to be at the airport at least 2 hours in advance. So I'm doing pickups. They normally start about 3 a.m. And then by the time, get everybody who's going to be leaving out by 8 or 9, that means that, it dies down a little, not a lot. It dies down a little around 6:30, 7 o'clock. I say a little because then comes the people who want to get to work. They don't have a car. They utilize, ride share as their transportation. And so though they're not as I guess close together, they're more scattered, and so that is the next big run. But I'm usually home by that point, and the reason is because this time of the year it gets hot, and I don't like to put too much undue stress on butterfly and things like that. So, with that said, I had to go out in the hottest part of the day because I had like 6 packages I had to get out today. And so, I understand what my son was feeling because I was only gone for like an hour or so. But he was out there for a while, kind of getting statements and things like that. Anyway, even after his shower, I don't know. He's not looking like his normal, for upbeat self. And so I told him to hurry up, obviously get some water in him. We do keep like Propel and things like that here in the house. Just so we always can, like, I live in the desert. So we're trying to always keep like electrolytes, potassium, and things like that, so we could real quickly. I was keeping bananas, but they go bad fast. So if we're not eating them, right away and things like that. But I think because it's summer, I just got to bite the bullet and maybe, I don't know what you guys think, start keeping some bananas here in the house. But I'll be checking on him and things like that. He was in here with me and he was just, oh, I don't know. I was like, you sure you okay? I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Anyway, that's what's been going on in my neck of the woods. Hola, Mary. How you doing tonight? Heather's in the house. Kayleen. Oh, Matt's in the house. Matt, what's going on? What do you do as, the diamond painting stud? What do you do when you're not diamond painting? That question's going directly out to you, Matt. We want to get to know you better. Um, and Sissy says, absolutely, it's one of the things we look out for at the ball games. Yep. Hot and humid in PA also hit about 90 with the humidity. Goodness gracious. Hot, hot, hot in Ohio. Feels like it was 102 today. That is crazy because you guys have humidity. So if it's hot on the East Coast, you gonna die. That's what it feels like. Ours feels like 103 today, 80 and humid in Florida, into my neck of the woods. We desperately need rain. Terrible drought here. We don't get rain a lot here in the desert at all whatsoever. So we definitely have to come up with ways. And, we're limited because we used to have a water source that came in from Colorado and we fed into that from the dam. But now the dam is shrinking. I don't know what we're going to do because numbers that I've been hearing was 2028, 2030, no later than 2032. Those are terms that I took away from the Department of Reclamation. The work, I mean, don't even try to watch that portion of the news. But they did talk about the what is it, water reclamation, and it was long, boring. All I need to know is, do we got water? When we getting some? Who gonna help us? That really, would sum it up. But they used all these big, fantastical words. Yep, I said fantastical because that's how I felt. Like they just coming up with things that sound amazing at this point. Just tell us the truth. Um, Dead bodies started popping up in the dam. I know you guys heard me talk about that before, and because because dead bodies popping up, that means the water level has gone down a lot. Because they anchor it, or they anchor in them. They gonna put an anchor on, toss you over into the Hoover Dam, and all of a sudden, the water has gotten so low the anchor ain't helping you. That's a problem. So, that's another reason why I keep telling y'all I need a hookup. Once I get my RV, and I get to hit the road, Jack. Then I'm coming, and I just need to plug up. I just need to plug up. So, Mutna said the same thing is going on in her neck of the woods. Um, we are also on a burn ban. Y'all got to get rid of. I mean, I understand the burn ban as a camper, um, but whew, if you don't know how that's going to impact you, and you just show up thinking you're going to be able to, that's something. Yeah, burn ban. I hope that nothing, no friction. Keep all the cute men away from good-looking women. We want no friction. Hi, Cynthia. Tennis in the house. How's the weather? I gotta know, cause tennis live up there where it's probably still a little cool. Oh, middle of the night, Vegas. Tia catering to the business. Matt, I'm gonna tell you how to get around that. Make sure your first pickup is after 3 a.m. If and I started one time like two something. Then you like your first ride kind of dictates the rest of your day. Um, if you've ever driven, you probably understand that. So my first ride I took, it was like two something in the morning. They were getting picked up from a nightclub. Next thing you know, for the next 2 hours, I'm picking up people from like nightclub, bar. We got 24-hour casinos, and I'm picking them up from those environments and things like that. When my first ride is a pickup from the hotel to go to the airport, then the next couple of hours, my rides are, and I just kept, once I figured that out, I kept it because he's right about the businessman. I'm tell y'all one of the funniest stories since I've been driving, and I love to share this with other people. But let me finish saying hello. Peggy's in the house. How you doing? It's hot, hot, and more hot. Cynthia says it's still 105 here in Tucson. You down there in Tucson baking. It's hot there now. It's hot in Phoenix. Um, um, in the Phoenix area, I know you are outside of Phoenix, but goodness gracious, low humidity here by the way. Nice shirt behind you. Y'all see my shirt? Representing me and my sisters. Look at us. That's me and Crashly at the top. All right. Okay. That's not good. Heather says, Tia, do you have that pen you mentioned in Rhonda's live? I do have it around here somewhere. Let me see if I can get a better picture. Did I load it in? I probably didn't load it in. But I was trying to come up with a way so that y'all could see stuff. So you could see stuff. One moment. All right, show it in a minute. Oh, it's coming. It's just coming in. Y'all see everything in here where it say painting, diamond painting, pens, polymer clay. I think it cut off everything below polymer clay. It might have even cut off polymer clay. So, yep. One moment. Trying to zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom. I can't zoom it in. No zoom. All right, no zoom. That sucks. I was hoping I could. Anyway, I took this angle with the light behind the camera source because I don't know. I just don't think that my light looks better than you guys' light. I feel like you guys are able to capture when you show your pins. I'm on like the Facebook pages and stuff. You guys are able to capture. Just it looks better, you know. So I don't know. I also wanted to show you guys, I can't zoom in here either. I wanted to show you guys that, as you can see, I told you guys before, no two pins look alike. These are all the same exact colors. But as you can see, like this one right here is more transparent than all the rest. This one on the end, okay? You can see the mix between the turquoise, the yellow. There's silver in here, and then there's also like an, I don't know. It was supposed to be opaline. The opaline looks like, I don't know, it looks glass, like milky glassy and things like that. This one right here, look at how this marble. You can barely see the silver, and you can barely see the opaline. Like here's some opaline right here. And it really just depends on how it's marbled. I just wanted to kind of show that because obviously you'll see differences. This one is darker, obviously. Let me see if I got a better angle. Up here, you can see that has opaline in it. This is the opaline. It looks like glassy up close and things. Shameless plug. Just wanted to show that because we had a special request for it. We did. We had a special request. Appreciate it. I have sold. That pen is called Envision the Radiance. It is named after Capture by Radiance because even though they are pen turners and they have their own pens that they selected the colors and helped me kind of design a new essence. Now if you see the this is like an emerald green. You see the green in it. It is it's a champagne. It's emerald green. It's an opaline, which should have looked more white, but it's more like transparent. And what is the third color? One, two, three. Oh, that's the four colors. There's four colors. So the champagne, oh, and the black, I forgot. And the black is hematite. And the hematite looks like it's got glitter flecks in it when you see it up close, just so you're aware. But they helped design it. I put together some colors that just did not come out great. And so I named a pen after them, Envision the Radiance. I really appreciate that, we can come together and kind of collab in the same industry and things like that. And obviously, I'm sponsoring their event, Winter King's Story. And obviously you'll be trying to win. But I have sold probably close to 6 or 7 of those pens as I'm, producing the prototypes and stuff. So now those are going out this week as well. Because I had to finalize. There was one color. I was still not certain on the opaline, but I left it in there because it was selected by Capture by Radiance. So Momo says, love. Hey, Momo, you made it. I'm so glad. Um, let's see. Everyone's saying hello. Momo's cooking. Matt says, better being a DP, PD officer and general stud duties. It's a 24/7 job. I can't stand you, Matt. We can zoom on our end. I don't know. Looks pretty good. I thought you could zoom. I can't zoom. I don't know. I don't have. I don't know why it won't let me zoom, but that would have been great if I could. Um, Matt's popping up the links. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to click on the, yes, thank you. There we go. Our Winter Kings event group. Make sure you guys click on that. Kind of sign up because obviously as a sponsor of the program, I want to make sure that you guys are getting over there. I'm going to show some of the canvases. Let me get in here and do my, I keep forgetting I'm on my laptop. I'm on my laptop. All right, you guys. Here we go. Now, y'all know I always do what's the weather like in your neck of the woods, and then we kind of move over from there and we talk about what's in your cart. I don't have a cart. I do have one, but it's more of like a wish list. My carts, when you go in the cart, I'm buying you at some point. If there's 5 of you guys in there, I'm buying 5 of you. Otherwise, it can just go on a wish list, right? Okay. So I don't really have a cart right now, but I like to look at my, possible what must-haves. Okay. I want to show you guys why I named a pen after. As you guys can see, do you see the green? Let's click on that. This green aura and things like that. If you guys were in Rhonda's live, you saw where she showed that area, like on Verilift, and the green. Well, this green right here. Like that's where I got the idea from because I was seeing those hues in a lot of the Captured by Radiance Winter King story. It's like a theme, I think. And so I was like, oh, this is a cute color. And that's where I started. And they built the rest of the colors around that. So if you guys are working on that, that's where I got some of the ideas at. Here we go. Winter King's storybook, Skyhawk. But what I wanted to kind of call, look at this. This by Little Baby Delirium. Man, strong female prowess. I like it. I'm not kind of fun. You know how I feel about yellows and things like that. I'm not sure why, but I do like the image. Like the image is just strong. She has another one. She has this one also. Love these strong images. Oh, gorgeous. I like to see, because I think we see women a lot, the big eyed girls, we see them as they're looking soft, as they're looking I don't know, they're cute. They're these are coming across like powerful. They're coming across as strong. They're coming across like their presence is standing out. It's I don't know, it's hard to describe, but they are probably going to be must-haves because I like it's almost like how you just see right here. Look how this tiger is coming out. Is that Siberian? His presence is coming out all powerful on the screen. That's how I feel these women's images are. So this Valkyrie and this ferocity, I believe they're definitely going to become must-haves. Things that I must have. So, but I do like, obviously I don't want to, I do like this fairy tale romance. Obviously, I've been doing a lot when it comes to skin tone changes and things. She don't look a lot like me, but the fun would be, in trying to get the shading and everything right, because I definitely do that. Now, I don't do a lot of like portraits. Um, they have to be a must-have to even go in. I love like landscapes. This right here is probably, I think this is the one that Rhonda's working on. And this is probably, if it were more, I don't know, this looks watercolory, and watercolors, they're just difficult for me to envision as diamond paintings. This one is nice though. Did you see the rendering? Alrighty, cute. Probably because, obviously it's large enough. This has 99 colors, guys. 8 unicorn poop and 2 ABs. So if you're somebody, that means that this is going to be amazingly, it's kind of small. It's a 70 by 70, but that means it's going to be amazingly detailed. You are going to actually be able to see a lot. And for a watercolor, that's really good, especially, that's turned into a diamond painting. So, yes, the water is wet. Momo says 86. The real feel is 96. Oh my gosh. Is Jeremy in here? Am I seeing that? I am seeing something about Jeremy. How are you? It has been a while. How are you in trap? Oh man. Everyone is saying hello to Jeremy. If you guys don't know, Jeremy is one of my day ones, one of the original subscribers. I think I had 51 when I first met him. We did a DP-a-thon. And as you guys can see, he is a mod for life. How are you? Oh, yep, it's hump day. Hey. um, I'm doing the WKS event too. Love the CBR. Aw. So yeah, like the first one you did, would like to get that one. Didn't see the one that captured by Radiance. Oh, you talking about the pins? I'll re-show them. I always do like a shameless plug because where else am I going to advertise them if I'm not doing it here? So I feel bad, but sometimes not. Where I do a shameless plug. Look at Jeremy. um, she is beautiful. She is definitely beautiful. Matt says women, not girls. I do prefer that myself, even though I'm not much into any portraits. Um, you prefer women, like the strong, powerful. Look at you, Matt. I definitely think I just like it. I like looking at the image. I like a powerful image. That's why I like landscapes, because I feel like their image, and you're just looking off, and especially if it's something that was imagined, like Chuck Pinson, when he was very first interviewed by Mindy, she asked like where were some of his places, and he said that they were just imagined, like he had created these scenes in his mind and then obviously put it on canvas and things like that. And so if it's imagined, I feel like that's even better. Obviously, we can do a canvas of somewhere we've actually been. Shout out to, I think it was, I want to say Rob, no, it was Kayleen, that sent me, because you guys have heard me talk about this from back in 2019, 2020. We're talking Treasure Studio Arts Days. You've heard me talk about perspective. Um, that was one of the first things I learned when I started in art. I took art in sixth grade all the way through high school, and I did the first 2 years of college. Now it changed, it was Western art, it was surrealism, just the various different arts and things like that. I did not take it in order to work in the industry. I was just really interested in art. But one of the things that I learned first was perspective for landscapes. And for me, when it's done right, and I noticed that a lot of artists, especially the newer digital artists, they weren't working with perspective. And so you heard me talk about it from time to mostly, when we're talking about customizing our canvases and stuff. But you've heard me talk about it from time to time because I love to see an artist observe perspective. It means that you can see in the distance and it's realistic to your eye line. Okay. And so the reason why I was so excited about it is because it took me back in the day. Me and Jeremy we were all Treasure Studio Arts affiliates and things like that. And I remember that was one of the first times where, artists and stuff like that were actually kind of reaching out. You guys know Lizzie Falcon and we got real close. She came on my show a few times, and those are some of the things that I talked about. But yeah, perspective, and I love to see it observed, especially in art. So, that's what some of the stuff you see me looking at when I look at art. Obviously, you've heard me talk about water. I'm trying, Matt, to talk about something else other than water. So that's why I brought up perspective today. Some of the other things besides, I can step outside the box. And besides landscapes and, I love fairies. Obviously, I call myself the fairy butterfly princess. I don't really call myself that. It was actually a name that was well earned. So my mom and my dad used to say that I flitted around like a little butterfly all the time. It didn't stop when I got older. So junior high, I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place. High school, what slowed me down was when I got this bullet in my knee. Um, that slowed me down to the point where I didn't want to do too much and things like that. And then in 2017, I was working outside the home and I took a tumble at work out of nowhere. Just walking, and my leg gave out from under me. I get rushed over to the hospital, and that's when I find out that I still had, now they had removed a lot of like shards, shrapnel, and things like that from the bullet casings and stuff like that hitting the ground and, you know, splitting and breaking apart and stuff. But I still had a lot of swelling, and then scar tissue kind of sets in after a while if you don't get it all out. And come to find out, I still had a bullet in my knee, and it was pushing against a nerve. Um, this is an honest to goodness truth. If you lose weight, if you gain weight, things can shift around. And so I had just come upon some weight gain and things shifted. Next thing you know, I got a bullet pressing against a nerve. And that's how I ended up, kind of working from home. That's where the rest of the weight came from. Because after that, I I wasn't trying to do too much movement or anything at all. But that is where the butterfly came from. And then I've always been called princess. um Obviously it's not been with the yeah, it's not been always a positive intonation that went with it. That's at my Lizzie. um so you know how your dad will call you princess. Hey princess, come here princess. Then you get spoiled too much, you're gonna hear like siblings, cousins, other friends and family, yeah, princess. So it is a nickname that stuck, but like I said, it wasn't always with like let me spoil her in mind. Um it might have been, some irritation. Now there is mostly only boys in my family. And so because of that, there was a lot of spoiling, going on. But if you guys know me, to know me is to love me. And I think you guys know that even though I was spoiled, I don't think I act like a spoiled brat. I think I've evolved. What do you think? We're going to go ahead and have you guys hit that up in the chat as well. Peggy says she's still painting and loving all of these events. That's great. That's what we're here for, making sure you guys know. You got an event coming up, don't you? I think Jeremy has the horse event. Is that already underway? I'm good. Took a break from YouTube. Oh, I did not know that couple months ago, but I'm back to the grind. Good to see you. It's so good to see you also. Make sure you give Traps a hug for me. Say hi, Trapper. You have evolved, Tia. Thank you. Spoiled maybe, but never a brat. Thank you. um, I definitely, I can embrace it. I know that I am spoiled. I think I think my sister Crashly, she's talk about it all the time. Like, you are so spoiled. Here, I, I bought this for you, and you're so spoiled. Here, why don't you take this? um, and she said something one time like, you're just a spoiled princess or something. She said, and my mom, this was back when she was staying with me, and she said, they call you princess too? And I'm like, here we go again. But that is where the term Princess Tia comes from, a nickname from way back when. And you guys already know I love butterflies. I didn't mind being called a floating butterfly. I didn't mind that at all. I don't think it was ever said. I think I was always, up and about, always moving. Let's go here, let's go there. I hated coming home. Why do we gotta go home? I'm sure there's more places we can go, more things we can see. The sixth annual Giddy Up starts July 1st. Okay, sixth annual. What? Oh my goodness. I remember when you first started. So, if you guys are looking for additional events, you guys can head over to Jeremy's channel, JTMJ Crafts. He is doing his sixth annual Giddy Up event. It's a diamond painting event, and obviously you're gonna pick, it's a horse, or are you still doing like Native American art as well? Jeremy is part Native American, and so he does an homage for Native American artwork as well. You guys got to head over there and stuff. But you're gonna really fall in love with his animals, his pets. So I think did you guys, if you guys were in Rebecca's show earlier today, they did a quick little video about the pets and stuff. And I think it was Joanna that said, do you like pets or something? And I said, pets love me. I don't know. I think like a couple of the dog groomers that are subscribed to the channel, they say they think I have some sort of pheromone. But when I tell you, pets are, I don't know, it's a crazy attraction. So Rebecca's cats, is- I will say her cats, because Stitch, he don't like me. Something wrong with him. He the only pet that is not, like, now he do come and watch me while I'm sleeping, but like Pearl will come up to me and lick on me and kiss on me. And her dogs, Toots, Toots does the same thing. Kiss on me, lick on me, let me sleep, let me sleep. Now, when I was in New Orleans last year, um, Sweets is a dog groomer. So she had several dogs and cats, and they just was like, I don't know if you ever seen animals, on everybody's arms and stuff, but they always want to kiss me and stuff. But she had one dog. This dog went a little too far. It put its arms on my shoulder and like humans do, and literally like tried to kiss me, and then wouldn't let me get up and things like that. So she said, I really think you got a pheromone or something, Tia, that the pets and stuff, that they can sense and stuff. So I don't know if that's a good thing or if I should run. The pics are fantastic. Uh Trapper has such soulful eyes, and the pup is beautiful. Love the ears. Oh. Peggy says crazy. It is kind of crazy, but I do love pets. Now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm limiting my interaction with reptiles. I did have a friend. She knows that pets are attracted to me, and she asked me while she was gonna be gone for a few days to pet sit her pets, and I'm like, sure, no problem. Now she told me she was gonna leave me a list of the things that she wanted me to do. Okay. So I get in there, and she got like Noah's Ark going on. When I tell you, she had Noah's Ark, she had cats, dogs. I'm not, not, she had birds, um, ferrets. She also had mice. I was gonna say rats, but mice. And then I found out as I got to the bottom of the list that the mice was supposed to be fed to the snakes. And then she gave me instruction. Mary Jane turned 16. Oh, Trapper turned 10 in May. Oh, and new baby Willow Bliss turns 10 months. Oh, Trapper is 10. And Mary Jane is 16. Your pets didn't grew up like these kids. You know, I can't believe Trapper is 10. I remember his 5th birthday, and you had got him all the gifts and things. You did a live for it. Oh my gosh. Oh wow, just like these kids. Um anyway, she wanted me to take the snake out, let it kind of, I don't know why I need to do this. And then she wanted me to feed some of the mice to the snake. Now, I'm over there. I'm thinking I'm going to take the pets walking, let the cats out to roam, throw some, seeds in the bird cage, and that's that. But now we got a quagmire. What am I going to do about these mice and this snake? First of all, I'm going to let you know. Oh, she did have an iguana or something. She had an iguana. Um, like I said, if you need me to come and house sit, I'm not going to be able to handle the reptiles and things like that. Them pets, them pets starved. I just couldn't do it at all whatsoever. You looking at me and I'm looking at you, and oh my goodness. You got to give me a warning. You got to give me a warning. Not, I got a house full of pets. All you got to do is come over and feed them and things. Birthdays are close together. I can't believe Trapper is 10 and Mary Jane. Me either, Cynthia. These pets is growing up like everybody's kids. Oh my goodness. J Rob has a little boy now, and I remember Lydia was 11 or 12. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Might have been younger than that. Whew, these kids have grown up. Lizzie's daughter, she's grown. She went off to college. She graduated college and moved out. She's living as a grown woman in her own place now. Shout out to baby Alyssa, because Alyssa is the smartest. I'm gonna leave it at that. She know because I tell her all the time. But yeah, Jeremy's pets have grown up like all of these kids. You sent me a picture. Okay, let me go and see. Oh my goodness. Where we at? I'm gonna get it in here as soon as I see it. Okay. All right, let me share. Look at Trey. Oh my gosh. Okay. Where am I at? Okay, I'm right here. Y'all know all these years I'm still technologically challenged. Well, there we go. I'm already sharing. That's why. I was like, what is going on? Okay, it's coming in a second, guys. Soon as I find it, that's not it. All right. Here we go. Oh, I know my babies is getting old. Yes, they are. Look at, oh my goodness. Where's Mary Jane? Oh my goodness. Hey, Trap. Look at the baby's growing up. That was about the bullet in the knee. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's how I found out that it was there, and why I don't flit around is that's where I was going with that. I'm sorry. Jeremy mentioned Trap and how old he got. I was in shock, and so that disrupted. Um, yeah, he's getting older. Cynthia, look at his face. So that did take me for a minute. I was 10 and 16. I am in shock right now. But yeah, everybody's growing up. The babies are growing up. Um, so that's where I stopped flitting around so much. I slowed down. I used to be on like my company softball team. I used to go horseback riding at least once a month. I had a membership to a whatchamacallit here. And so did we got a picture of my girl? Let me see what he sent. All right. Yep. All right, one second, guys. He sent a picture of Mary Jane, so I'm gonna let you guys see her. And here we go. Look at her. I can't believe how big your babies have gotten. Look at that. 16 and 10. Man, oh man. Grave. So man, you can't picture me on a horse. I wouldn't do that now, but this was before before like I quit flitting around, before I gained a whole bunch of weight. But I used to be on a horse all the time, standing up in my stirrups, and that didn't matter to me. I rode Western and English. I didn't have any preference. Whatever saddles first available, boom, let's go ahead. And Coconut, I had my own horse. And I paid for it and stuff like that. And I used to go. But once they told me that I still had a bullet and it was pressing against the nerve, I got to stop doing everything because what happens, certain bullets are what they consider soft enough to be able to bounce off bones. And if weight gain or weight loss can cause it to shift, I can't have it like piercing anything. So I literally bareback. Well, I never rode bareback. That I swear, I swear to God, Cheryl is crazy. She's so crazy. I fell off a horse by just trying to get off. Oh my gosh. Um, sure. Never rode that way. I definitely I knew you would like it. Um, I definitely, because I have to be able to stand up. I cannot imagine the power. If somebody riding bareback, their legs are powerful. I cannot imagine how much power you have in your legs because you have to be. If you ever gone on one of them bulls at the bar where it's bucking you and things like that, oh my goodness. The next day you feel so horrible because you was trying to hold on. You was trying. Imagine riding a horse, and you gotta grip the horse with your legs in order. Oh no, no. I mean, I gotta have a saddle because I gotta be able to stand up in the stirrups and things like that. Otherwise, I used to have a horse, but that was 20 years ago. The giddy up. You sure about that? Well, maybe not, Matt. Maybe not. But I mean, she do got two kids. I don't go to that kind of bar. You don't? Lizzie, I can see us going to that kind of bar. Love riding bareback. I used to have a bareback pad. I used to ride with, oh my goodness. See, y'all hear that? So Jeremy is the one with the powerful legs, because he probably lifting bales of hay and everything. I can't do any of that at all whatsoever. But I know bareback is a lot of work, because you are working your inner muscles to stay on. I can ride both bareback and with a saddle. My uncle worked on a horse farm when I was growing up, so I was always riding horses. Very first horse I ever rode at 5, go ahead, girl, was a Texas Walker. Oh my goodness. That horse was 16 hands high. That's big, like a quarter horse. Oh my goodness. Look at you. Your minds don't be that big and stuff. I mean, we got a lot of stallions and stuff out here. They're wild and things, but mm-mm, mm-mm. Y'all are that's professional level there, mutt nut. Um, sorry, my eye is itching. But yeah, horseback riding is definitely where it's at. Like I said, I don't have a preference on the saddle. I just am always in one. Now, I've also gone camelback riding. They don't have them here, but I've been camelback riding a lot when I go to Mexico. Love me a style. um, uh, can't ride. Well, I don't anymore. I haven't been on a horse 2019, 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. Um, it's same thing. I went camelback riding a few times. Now camels, obviously they have a little bit more, tolerances that the humps and things are designed to be able to carry more weight. They can carry up to 1,000, 1,500, depends on how many humps you have and things like that. What I hate to see is they rig these camels up. Like I've seen where they're moving whole houses and things like that on the back of a camel. So it depends on where you go. Now you humping. Y'all know it's a good thing with her that I am not monetized. Autocorrect doesn't even want these jokes happening. Careful going back, back on them steps. I can't stand between these two. Oh my goodness. I think I was on J Rob's show one night. Matt was cutting up in the chat. I could not stop laughing. Both of you and Matt. Matt was cutting up so bad in the chat. I couldn't stop laughing. I felt bad because like if you're not reading the chat, you may not follow. And I know the chat does it. Oh, I probably should start if I can figure out. Oh, I see it's a button right there that says show them on the screen. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna help y'all out. I got to remember to do that because Lizzie always says that it doesn't show on the replay. And so that's why you guys hear me read the comments as much as possible. Lizzie says that's why she goes live on Hump Day. Now y'all done turned the best friend out. The pad, I had stirrups, so it was easy. And I had a cinch that went around the back. Oh, okay. Now that makes sense. Cause I was like, how am I gonna get up on but that makes sense with a pad, with the stirrups and stuff. Cause I don't know. I'd have to do a running start. I still don't know if I would make it onto the horse. I'd have to grab around their neck, and it would be a lot of hip, and I still would need a running start. So I'm so grateful that I learned how to ride with the stirrup. They used to show comments from the lives. I know, but I hear now the only way to do it is like Lizzie told me I gotta show the comments, and I keep forgetting to do that. I'm gonna do better, guys. I'm gonna do better. By the way, if you guys came in after the show started, did you guys get a chance to see my new thumbnail? Let the hips flow. They couldn't do all of that now, especially the way I've been feeling. Like I don't know what happened. You guys know I had bronchitis earlier and I got rid of it, but I still feel like in my throat and in my chest, there's been something kind of lingering ever since. And I had that back in March. It's June now. It's June now. Also, you guys know I got my new chair because the other one broke with me in it. And the way that I came down and fell on the leg where the bullet is, it has just been up and down. Lizzie can tell you that my mobility is almost done compared to previous years and stuff when she and I was hanging out and things. Some days is great days, other days, I'm really just slow moving. Um, I don't know. I'm not popping popcorn as much, but I do hear every once in a while a little bit. Like I get up and did you hear it's like pop pop, I know I got a friend named Joe. Joe, when he get up, he sound like he made a whole bag of popcorn. Pop, 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 like every joint is popping. And so I'm not there yet, but stirrups only in the doctor's office. Lord, this girl on fire tonight. Cut back on those humps. Preferably for me, I ride two hump. I have rode three hump camels. But I have a preference for the two hump. I don't know. I just feel like I don't is it numb back there? Like what's going on? I finally found someone that walks slower than me. Yeah, Lizzie kept saying that. I can't believe how slow you're walking. You've never been this slow before. And when it would hurt and my knee and my leg was flaring up, I had to literally just, where's the wheelchair? Let me get the wheelchair. So I was in a wheelchair a lot this past retreat. I'm hoping to have more mobility, but we'll see. If I have to start taking cortisone, I will. It's just, I hear it's painful. And the next thing they'll be talking about is knee replacement or hip replacement. We don't want that. We don't want that. Next month we doing the town. We doing the town, but we gonna do it 2 miles per hour. uh, we're gonna do 2 miles per hour. So like a couple years ago, I was able to really move and things like that. And me and Lizzie were downtown Archbold. You guys know that's when the country artist, I did that video of him. I was in love with his manager. Well, maybe just drooling over the manager. Anyway, I was walking really good that year, like really well and things like that. That's where I need to get back to. Cheryl, she better rent her a scooter. Um, I'm gonna be trying to walk a little faster. That's what I'm gonna try to do. It's gonna be, I don't know. It depends on how much she want to do, because we can do a lot. We can go and we can say, hey, what's up, and we could do that. Hold on one second. What's going on? All right, I'm making sure I'm not kicked out. All right, I don't know if I'm going to Egypt, Matt. I don't know if I'm going. um it's still reserved. Obviously, the trip was really cheap. It was like 3,500 or something like that. Not bad. 10 days in Cairo. Okay, that's not the problem. Obviously, we talked about the passport. That is still behind the scenes question, and I'm not getting any clearer information. But the biggest issue is we met someone from there at the last retreat, and she gave me some alarming things, some things I got to be concerned about. And so I don't know. I don't know. I came home, I was telling my kids, because you guys know my son, he was going to try and go also. But he may have a better trip than me. And I don't know. So I don't believe that I'm going to go, simply because I want to be supportive of some of the stuff that she was telling me. I don't want to condone unnecessarily, things and conditions for women. But she was very eye opening in her communication with us. And yeah, I want to help in my own way. um, she still has relatives there, and she wants them to kind of get out and join her in Canada. So that's as much as I'll say without, trying to say a lot, but it was very eye opening. And it was already some stuff that, like, my daughter, she's one of those, um, she's an activist. She's an activist. And my household is split. I got a Democrat and I got a Republican. And so I got to hear all sides all the time and things like that. And I got, I want to respect both sides and what's said. Cause we ain't helping nobody here in this house. We got independent, we got a Democrat and a Republican, and so we're not helping no causes at all. I don't know how we ended up doing it like that, But the unfortunate part is that was something that both of them had came to me and said, hey, just be careful, because we heard this is going on, and we got confirmation. So that's as much as, I'll say is that, me, I'm trying and be neutral on everything as much as possible. um, but I know it's a gorgeous place. I know that it wasn't necessarily on my bucket list, but I love traveling and things like that. So you guys know I had an epic time last year. I had a lot of country. I think I went to 4 different countries last year. Obviously, Cairo was going to be the only place out of the country this year, but next year, um, I got to remember. But I think we're going to 4 different countries next year also. So, I'm a traveler. I'm a traveler. And I got to slow it down also because I love you, but I'm not going to Egypt to save your ass. Listen, you were sitting right there where all that was said, and that was all that's on my mind is how am I gonna get out of here if something happens, So, like I said, the price was great, and then I started thinking this could be why the price is great. So I still have my wits about me, and I probably, will just, keep it coastal. That's what I'll do. I'll keep it coastal. To be honest, I wasn't paying attention because Lizzie was diamond painting. You don't got to give her no ticket, Matt. She Tia travels all the way to Egypt, see if she can find herself a humper. Um, Matt and between Matt and Cheryl tonight, y'all is on a good roll. Have I ever even seen? I don't even know. I know that I don't prefer 3 hump at all. I don't. Now each of their humps they can hold like so much water and things like that. It's crazy ridiculous. And then they can also, because how hard their back is, they carrying upwards of 1,500 pounds. And these people had these camels rigged up. Uh they had them rigged up and things. So, but they also like to lean in and kiss. I'm just be honest about that also. So if you get near a camel, don't pucker or anything like that. Keep conversation to a minimum. And don't be applying lip gloss and things. That catches their eye, and then here they come. The tongue, like when it look like it's unfolding, it's unrolling, and then it look like it widens. Yeah, they spit at you too. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I didn't get spit at because pets don't spit at me. Pets sneak kisses. Why? I don't know why, but they do. Pearl has had her, that's Rebecca's cat. She has had her share of trying to steal kisses, So, and I'll be asleep, and next thing you know, I get this wetness and stuff, and I look, yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know. You ain't helping your cause at all at getting back on the rails. I guess I'm not helping. I'm trying to rein y'all in, but y'all, tonight, we discovered a new area. We did discover a new area. I'm riding with Cheryl last year, and I don't know what made. I said I want to see what's over here. It was a lot of cars going back there, and I'm like, I want to see what's over here. So we drive down this road. It ended up being like 6 lanes. I was shocked. I was shocked. I would have never guessed that it was this wide. It's going between 2 hotels. So we get on the other side, and oh my goodness, it was so gorgeous. Like the way that they had the night line cast as you. I've never been over there. I've never been over there, and I've been here over 20 years. But it was gorgeous, and I go that way all the time now, especially in the evening because the night setting against that where we were at is beautiful. It's definitely beautiful. Um, so we're gonna probably try, and we're gonna try and discover some new areas when you get here this year. We're gonna have fun. um, yeah, but that's what the other thing I wanted to kind of talk about is I know that you guys were, all talking about your different events and things like that. I want to know, and you've heard me kind of pose this a couple of times, as a question and things like that. Have you guys ever been to a virtual retreat? And if you have, what did you like about it? Is it something that you found, fun and things like that? I am trying to work behind the scenes. I got a few creators, but we haven't solidified much. Obviously, my ideas and things like that, they're big and on a broad scale and things like that. I talked to my bestie. She thinks it's too much work. So she wasn't really trying to like sign up and like, yeah, that's a good idea, sign me up and things like that. But um stallions. Third time's the charm. Well, I didn't know where you was going with that. I thought you was trying to say something about stilettos, and I'm like, she wrong for that. But okay. uh uh they still had a bunny ranch here. You want me to take you over there to the bunny ranch? You can wear your stilettos. That where you was going with that? Got you back. Um, so just wanting to know if you guys have been to a virtual retreat. And if so, like how did you? Lizzie is all in for 30-minute online. Here's what's funny about that, Matt. She always saying we should have a 10-hour diamond painting marathon. Now, how? She only want to do something for an hour, but she got all the time in the world when it comes to diamond painting. It's your wolf ticket. You find us a location and have people that want to go, then I'll help. Listen, Lizzie, what happened to the partnership? That's a big no on stiletto. So I guess she not gonna put on her cute stilettos, and we head over to the bunny ranch. When when Kerwin was here, my son was trying. My son was trying to take him to see some of the girls of the night. He was like, "Ma, drop us." He was like, "Ma, drop us off at Little Darlings." He was trying to get us to take. I was like, "What? Why would I take you there?" And he was like, he may appreciate the OG. So the funny part about that is, I don't go here, so I'm just going by what I heard. But some of our dance clubs, um, they have the original dancers still dancing there. And so my son was trying to take Kerwin to see a show where they had original dancers and get mom to drop you off. Um, we were all out. We were going to dinner. And he was like, drop us. Uber, we pick up a lot of people because they want to drink and things like that. So they're more responsible. Now, if they spend a lot of money, there are like limo services and things like that. And they'll have like 4 or 5 different, limo drivers. They just hanging out on the limos and things, waiting on someone to spend enough money to need to their service to take them home or even to come pick them up at one of the hotels and things. Yeah, Vegas is kind of crazy like that. But yeah, he kept saying, just drop us off at Little Darlings. I think now is a good time where I mention, remember, my son is dating an older woman. I wonder if that's where they met. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. Just in case he's watching. Heck, hotel will give them a room. Yeah, probably. The perks and things like that. The other thing, aside from a virtual retreat, the other thing that I wanted to mention, and you guys can, I don't know how to do the polls. Lizzie, the queen of polls. But the other thing I wanted to mention is if we were to be able to host an event here in Vegas, how many people would try to come? And would you prefer to stay in a hotel, or would you want to do the Vegas retreat in an Airbnb? So make sure you guys drop those two down in the chat box. If you are watching back on hashtag replay, make sure you go ahead and answer those questions. Again, the first one was virtual retreat. Would you attend? And if so, have you already? And the second one is, if you were to attend a retreat in Vegas, would you prefer to stay in a hotel, or would you want to stay in an Airbnb? Make sure you guys kind of drop those answers in the box. Again, you can answer, at the end of the live, you come back and answer, by hitting up hashtag replay also. Heck, hotel will give them a room. Oh, okay. You had already said it before I asked the question. So just a couple of things that, behind the scenes I'm working on. Ticket to Ride travel virtually all around the world. Yes, they do. They do. And that's a good idea. They travel all around the world. So with that said, we could do a virtual retreat of the many places. We still need to, kind of figure behind the scenes though. I had two creators actually that I am waiting to hear just a little bit more. They had some ideas and things like that, and some platforms. That was the other thing that we were looking into, platforms, where we would be able to house it and host it in the way that we were thinking and stuff, because we were talking like swag items and things like that, so that you can feel like you're actually going to be attending a retreat. No idea even what a virtual retreat. Love to come to Vegas one day. Gotta be gotta be big if it's in Vegas though. I know. I know. And y'all know I am the queen of arriving. I like to arrive. I don't usually do a lot of planning and things like that. I just show up. So stiletto and platforms too. In the same conversation. Cynthia says, I might be able to go depending on the price. I think an Airbnb might be fun. Virtual retreat sounds fun too. So look, I've been to one for like the clay symposium. I went to their virtual retreat and things. And my ideas are a little bit different than how maybe, traditional would be. But when I was talking about it, talking it over with the other creator, they were definitely saying, yeah, I like that. Like, you're able, just like at a real retreat, you're able to kind of go different places and things like that. Everybody's not in the same. If you wanted to come into the lobby and then head out in some different areas, those are some of the things. But trying to piece it together with the platform, I just want to make sure, I'm getting this out there. Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard this here first. But I feel like people will be like, we've had that. Like our idea, you know, came from like Love's in the Air, is it was controversial for a little bit. Just a little bit though. Um title wise and things like that. So I might be, oh, okay, I read that. So other than that, those were the things I wanted to share. Hopefully, you guys are interested. I've piqued your interest enough that, you never know. But that is something I've been working on it for a few months mentally though. And like what it looks like as far as, gear, making it fun, making it interactive. That I think is, what I feel like people are needing. Not just a place where, you're sitting there and you're looking up at a screen, and while you're looking at the screen, you're crafting and things like that, but it's extremely interactive. So that's what I'm, hoping to get to. Other than that, looks like once you guys, start to post those answers or come back and put it in the chat afterwards, then, we'll be good to go. Other than that, I want to thank you all for coming out, hanging out with me tonight on Hump Day Happenings. Oh, a bit of bad news. A bit of bad news. Um, I am gonna be taking a job. Yep, she returning to the workforce. I'm not overly happy about it, but it's something that I definitely need to do. Obviously, you guys have heard me say I don't think I got too much more time with my babies being here under the same roof as me. And right now, with how I earn and how I make money, it's so carefree, and I love it. I don't want to stop doing it. But if I have to move somewhere, if I need to make a purchase, being able to show pay stubs is going to help me out. So, and trying to go back and forth and kind of keep that in mind, I was like, yeah, I probably should just get a job. Get a job, use driving as a way to have like a side income and to keep, my licenses and everything active. And I do start next Monday. It's it is going to impact morning laughs because we go on Saturday, and after the training period, then I'll be moving the show over to Sunday mornings and things like that. So, and we'll be going just before craftingandcrimedaily.com. And I already talked to her, and I already talked to my co-host, Lizzie. And Lizzie said that Sundays will work even better for her. So glad I was able to catch you alive. So good to see you all. It was good to see you. Yes, Cheryl, it is in insurance, but it's mostly just like customer service. So I'm not going back into investigating. I don't want to do too much and put too much on me. Um, you guys know I ended up having that mini stroke from being stressed at the job. And then after that, while I was out, that was when my brother passed and I had the mental breakdown. So coming back from all of that, that's why I wasn't working. But I've been from home. Yep, from home mostly. I don't think I'll have to go. I don't want to. I don't think it's where I have to go in though. It's mostly just gonna be like customer service, billing, re-rating, and things like that. Um, it's I'm not those days of making 80,000 and things. Those days are over, totally over. Um, so it's okay. It's okay though. But I think I'm starting at, I can't remember the breakdown, but it's like 50K, something like that. Obviously I do make more working for Uber and Lyft, but it will be okay. It'll be nice to have steady pay stubs and things like that, especially if I have to try and move. At least be able to show how much I make. I don't have that ability unless we annualize. You have to be with them for a year, and then when they annualize, you have to show everything so that it can break down, and it will actually the IRS will give you like a sheet that says how much you make per hour, what and then the following year when you're driving for Uber and Lyft, they will annualize you based on that. I didn't do that. I just put in my receipts and things like that. I did not select annualized. And y'all know why, because she was on short term for a portion of the year. Um, and so because I didn't annualize, I didn't have to break it down by each week of each month of the year and things. The trick is not to need the 80K. Well, that's true. That's true too. I definitely don't have that need and things. And as I move forward, obviously you guys know I want to get a trailer. That's my goal, is to get a trailer. And the trailer I want to get, I want to be able to recreate my craft area and things like that. And then travel, come and see you guys and stuff. And so I'm there, with, but even to finance, because I don't have, not quite, I don't have like 25 to put down cash, and I wouldn't wipe my savings out anyway. So I would need to finance, and to do that I'm going to need pay stubs. So I'm just planning ahead. That's nice of you to want to do that. Yeah, yeah. To plan ahead, to have just to have my plan, and because I know my babies, they're gonna want to do their own thing. But it's just been the three of us for so long that I don't want them to ever get to a point where they feel like I should go. I want to, but my mom, I don't want them to feel like that. Kind of difficult to leave me behind and move on to their next phase in life. I want them to be like, hey, me and you guys know I still haven't met her. Um, but that they're coming up on a year. And so because they're coming up on a year or just at a year, um, this next however long, there's going to be somewhere we going with this, type of communication and stuff. So I feel like I have 1, maybe 2 years. My daughter is going back to get her master's this fall. So that's 2 years. And I'm figuring after that, so I'll be crafting more, because they won't be around. I won't be needed as much. But I do want to be able to just have some form of stability so they don't feel bad moving on in their next phase. You still haven't met her? Nope. 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 He took. Now I don't know who gonna be first, me or the fellas. That's that's the real argument. But I think until he had a point where he's making moves to go to the next step, I don't think that, he's ready to, he used to do that when he was younger. We've met mostly, well, I met quite a few of the girlfriends, not because they was going on to the next level, but because, they might be going on a date or something like that, or she might come over, hang out to watch a movie or something like that. So Prince is not being a prince. So let me tell you what I told him. There's levels to growing up, you know. And I told him the phase between 25 and 30 is where you're building your security. You want to become your own financier. And so you want to always have at least 6 to 9 months of bills in an account. Something happens, the only thing you do with this is you pay your bills. Now, if he move in with a young lady, he got to be able to not only take care of his half if something occurs, but what if she lose her job and now he got to pay for everything? So I have definitely instilled that in him because as a single mom, I always had to be, worried about that. That had to be first and foremost in my mind. What happens to us if something happens to my job? Then his car, he's not driving a brand new car with the warranty and stuff on it. So what are we doing if your car breaks down? You need to have a car fund. Okay. Something happens, build it up, when things are great. Add to it, build it up so that you're always able to afford to get, because that sometimes can be a deal breaker. You don't work remote and your vehicle break down. How you get back and forth to work? And where's the money coming from to repair it? So, it's those kind of things that I told him. Here's when you know that you're ready to go. You got those set up. Anything happens at your new location, you don't have to look back and wonder, can I go back, and things like that. He's never going to leave the house because she's setting him up to stay. um, he could. It's comfortable. Uber. um, it's comfortable. Obviously it's comfortable. Tia, with that, never leaving. I don't know. He has an account. He got a nice account. He live here. We split everything and things like that. So he's not paying half like he would be if he moved in with her. Not paying everything like he would be if he went out on got his own and then, was dating from there. Mom always number one to meet my girlfriend. That's right. I agree with that, Jeremy. He didn't do that this time. I've never met her. Now, I have spoken to her over the phone. She had an issue with her job and she wanted like adult advice. Her mom's not in her life. And I felt honored that she told him, ask your mom if she minds talking to me about it. And so when she called, we talked. We was on the phone for about 2.5 hours. And I did get a chance to talk to her. She sounds like she has her head on right. She should, because she older than him. But it's neither here nor there. But like I said, she sound like, she in a great mental headspace and things like that. But I'm pretty sure because she's older, you know, within the next year or so, those questions of, where are we going with this, are going to come up. You guys know we covered this, and you guys were able to ask everything you wanted to ask him during my Love is in the Air series. And obviously, he doesn't mind coming on and doing follow ups and stuff because he started this channel with me. But, literally, I feel like that's where he's at. What, Tia? Is she 30 like you? Forever 30. Forever 30. She a little older than me though. How much older? You said that several times. I think it's 5 or 6 years between them, and she older than me. um, so just making sure that that's where my mind, mentally is that within the next year or so, there's gonna be movement with him probably. And then I'm guessing there's gonna probably be some movement with my daughter. She right now is finally starting to have, just a fun young adult life. She's out right now at a book club. She goes twice a week to like craft events and things like that. She's really kind of out there living just her best life right now. Before, she was very much a loner. She was home all the time, and she didn't have like a lot of genuine friendships and things like that. So she's definitely coming out of her shell, and I love that. I love that for her. So plus shipping and handling. Yeah, she older. She got the shipping and handling on her end. I'm a flat rate. I'm a flat rate. Well, I know I kept you guys another 13 minutes, so that's not really older. 10, in my opinion. You making it sound like she got grandkids already. She older than me. She over 30. No, I'm playing. Um, oh, Tia. Uh, she, goodness gracious, I was just 34, 35, somewhere like that. Yeah. Yeah, not too much. Oh, but you know what? This is the time where seriousness is taken serious for a woman, because we got to start thinking about if we're going to have kids and things like that. So I feel like that's why there's going to be a push. There's going to be a push. I feel it's going to come from her end, and we don't know yet where he is when it comes to how he gonna respond. Not that much older. No, it's not that much older. Not like, not I'm not gonna say it. But I've dated younger guys, and I've dated much younger guys, things like that. Because I look 30. I'm a flat rate. I was thinking, don't worry about him financially. He got it all figured out with this older woman. um Oh, well, I see what you mean. Yeah. No, she don't have no. Now, I would have a problem if she was that old. She got Social Security coming in. Tia robbing the cradle. I have. I have. They need to be legal, and we need to be able to drink. That's the thing. You got to be responsible with your choices and stuff. I don't know. 18, 19, that's too young. 22, that might be the cutoff. That was young Tia too. Old, Tia. I'm just trying to get a trailer. Tia robbing a cradle. Oh, y'all, something else. Tonight has been fun. Obviously, I'm coming to y'all Hump Day happenings from Sin City, Las Vegas. So the chat was apropos. With that said, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for coming out. Y'all have a good rest of your evening. Night.